Hi guys, so today I'm going to be going into the big baby buys that we purchased for when the baby arrives. So these are things like car seats, strollers, bouncers, changing tables, cots, that sort of thing. Things that you do need, but obviously there are a lot of different options that you can have, and I just thought I would show you the options that we chose and the reasons why we chose them. I did an essentials sort of haul. I think baby essentials hauls last week was put up, so I'll link it up above if you haven't seen it. And those are the things that I think were sort of essential things that you definitely need for your baby, and these things are obviously things that you do need and some things that you don't need as well, and just things that I felt that we would benefit from having. So these are sort of quite big, more expensive items, and I'm going to tell you what we did and sort of the deals that we got as well, and that sort of thing, things to look out for. So if you are new to my channel and you like beauty, fashion, lifestyle videos, then please do hit that subscribe button on the right hand side of your screen. Of course, at the moment I'm doing lots of mummy sort of baby videos because I'm about to have a baby, so if you're into that as well, do hit that subscribe button. Trying to hit 1,000, love to have your help, so it would be great if you could do that for me. And I'm going to go straight on in. So I'm going to go first with the one item that actually hasn't arrived. And I just thought I'd put it out there that we have purchased one, and we really wanted a carrier for our baby, because we obviously have dogs, we need to walk a lot, so I wanted a carrier that I could use and my husband could use straight from birth basically. So we purchased the Ergo 360 baby carrier, which I believe is sort of like the third sort of generation of baby carrier, and it comes with the baby insert. We had to buy that with it. We got a deal with that. We actually got it for like £90 for both of the things instead of like over 100 and something. It was on sale, so we purchased that one. It hasn't arrived yet, so I can't tell you what I'm actually thinking about it at the moment, but I am excited to sort of carry my baby as well. I just love that thought, so really excited to get that one. Another thing that we purchased was a car seat, which of course if you have a car, you're going to need a car seat. That's law. You cannot leave the hospital without a car seat if you are driving. They have to make sure it's fitted correctly and that sort of thing. So the one that we purchased was the Cybex Cloud Q Plus. Now the reason we purchased this particular car seat, as you can see, we got it in a nice sort of like burgundy colour. I just really like this colour. I just thought it was really, really pretty. And it has a little sunroof as well that comes down, which I thought was really, really nice as well. But the actual reason we purchased this particular car seat is because it goes into a bassinet style. So it goes flat. I'll try and do a cutaway of it so that you can see everything, but it goes into a bassinet style. So when you attach it to your stroller or pram, you can then make it into a bassinet, and then you don't have that concern of the baby being in a car seat for too long and the concerns of, like, you know, the risks that are associated with that. So that is the reason we purchased this one, because if we go out for the day and we take our dogs with us, obviously we're going to have a lot of stuff in the boot, including the dogs. So we wanted to be able to take our car seat and just the wheels of our pram, stroller with us, and then we can just attach this. So that is the reason why we purchased this one. I got this on a Black Friday deal, so I got over £100 off of it because it was quite expensive. It was over £200 plus the base, which was over £100, sort of if you bought it not in a deal, so with like £350 or something. And I got the car seat and the base for £200, so I got a really good deal on it because I bought it on Black Friday. I waited until that day to buy any of the big sort of things that we purchased to see if I could get a deal, and yeah, really, really good thing to do if you know that sales are coming up and you know that you're going to be pregnant within those sales. Wait for them because you can get some really good deals on them. So that was the car seat I got. The one thing that I'm going to say out of first impressions, obviously I haven't used it yet with a baby in it, but just sort of lifting it up and down from room to room at the moment, just moving it around the house, it is very heavy and I find it quite hard. I was practicing putting it on the stroller, and I find it really hard to sort of get it in, so I'm actually going to have to practice quite a bit, just because it's a bit heavy. It's really quite hefty, So that's one of the downsides that I'm going to say about this straight off. But the actual sort of the quality of the material and the fact that it goes into like a bassinet style is, to me, really, really, really lovely and really, really nice. I'm quite excited about putting baby in it when we come home from the hospital. So that is the car seat. The next thing we purchased was a baby rocker. Now, I don't think this is an essential at all. I don't think it's needed. I don't think you need to buy one. But we purchased one because obviously we have dogs, so we want the baby to be off the floor a lot as well. And also we wanted somewhere for him to lay if we're going to have a shower or something like that. We can just take this into the bathroom and he can lay in there. And also if he's having a bit of a hard time, we can just put him in there and rock it with our foot. This one is from the brand Petit Chérie. Obviously we're in Sweden at the moment, so this is, I don't know if it's a Swedish brand, but I bought it from a Swedish site. And it was only £30, so it wasn't too expensive at all. We were looking at one that was from the brand Stoke, was it Stokey, something like that, which was their newer version, which had like a bassinet sort of rocker slash can go and get turned into a baby seat and all that sort of thing. But it was just so expensive. The rocker itself was £150. Then you had to buy the seat if you wanted to then upgrade it to, like, you know, having it as a seat, and that was like another £100 and something. And then there were just so many things added on. We just thought, no, we're just going to buy a rocker, a normal everyday rocker. It does exactly the same thing as the one that the Stokey one did, and then when the baby wants to come and sit at the table, when he's old enough to sit, we'll just get a high chair from IKEA or something like that, rather than spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds on something like that. So yeah, we got this one here. It's from the brand, as I said, Petit Chérie. I obviously cannot tell you if it's good or not, but it's like a nice pattern. It was supposed to be black, but they sent me the wrong one. But actually, I don't mind this colour at all, and I thought I can't bother to send it back. So that's fine. It's nice and neutral. Has these funny little teddies on it for a baby to look at and play with, which they're quite interesting looking. But you know, I think that that's a really cute little thing for baby to sort of play with, and you can obviously attach it up higher to wherever baby is laying. So yeah, really, really cute, and I'm excited to pop him in that. So the next item I purchased was something that I was looking into. I was looking at the sleepy heads, and just for the daytime, being on the sofa, that sort of thing, for the baby to lay on when we are around him, just so that he has somewhere safe so he can't roll off the sofa, that sort of thing. But I just thought they were so expensive. They were over £100, and I was just like, oh, do we really want to spend that much on something that, first of all, we may not actually use, maybe he may not like it, all those sorts of things. So what I found was this one just here. This is a baby nest from the brand, I think it's called, oh, let's have a look. It's called Baby Dan, and this was in the sale for, I think, again, £30, from around £50–60. And I just thought it's pretty much the same sort of idea as the sleepy head. Has a nice flat surface and has the nice rounded edges to keep baby in there safely. And I just wanted this to go on the sofa with us when we're laying sort of there. He can just sit in there or what have you, and just be really, really comfortable and have a snooze in there when we are watching him. I don't think we'll be using it at night time because I've heard so many controversial things about it. So I think at night time he'll just be in a sleeping bag. But yes, I did purchase this, again, not an essential at all, but I just wanted somewhere for him to be able to lay and have a little wall against sort of him and the dogs as well. Like if we're on the sofa, the dogs can't get to him too much. So yeah, I purchased that one as well. In regards to strollers, I purchased a stroller second-hand. I do really, really recommend looking at second-hand or waiting for sales if you can. Wait for the sales because there's obviously, again, really good deals. I actually wish we had waited for the sales instead of buying second-hand, because we could have bought a brand new one for like the same price in the sale, but never mind. The one that we did purchase in the end was the Bugaboo Donkey Duo. So this is a stroller that we thought we could use in the future if we had more children, and that was the reason we purchased it, because it can extend to fit 2 seats in it, so you can have it as 2 bassinets, 1 bassinet and 1 seat, or 2 seats. And to us that was very, very handy. Also what we liked about it was the fact that it had really big wheels. Obviously we like to do lots of walking, as I've mentioned before, so we wanted one that would be really good on lots of different terrain, and the wheels on this one is really, really good. I will mention that we got the Maxi Cozy attacher for the Cybex car seat. So if you're wanting the Cybex car seat, you get the Maxi Cozy Bugaboo attachment for it. So if you are thinking about that, that is the one that fits it. Yeah, and it's a really nice stroller as just a one as well, because you get a nice sort of storage basket as well on the side, and it looks really big, but it actually fits through all doorways. There's no problems there. And so far, just sort of moving it around, I took the train home when we purchased it, so obviously I gave it a bit of a test drive, and it seems really sturdy. There's no tugging on one side or anything like that. We also purchased a changing table. Now I know that people say that you don't need a changing table, but we live in a flat and it's literally right there, so I think we will use it quite a lot. And the one that we purchased was from IKEA. I can't remember the exact name, but I will link it below if you are interested. You can buy them any IKEA anywhere in the world. And the one that we purchased, I think it was £150. It wasn't over expensive, and what I liked about it was it also turns into sort of a desk that you can use when the child is older for their room, so it can be quite versatile. And it also has 2 drawers and like an open space in it as well. And sort of at the moment, the open spaces where I've popped some baskets in for like nappies and baby wipes and swaddle blankets and that sort of thing. And then I've used the drawers for spare things such as more blankets, washcloths, that sort of thing. And then the bottom drawer I've actually used for clothes. So to me it's come in handy, even though I know that lots of people say you don't need it. I'm pretty sure you don't, but I think we will actually get a lot of use out of it, and I think I will be using it a lot. And the last thing that I wanted to share with you today is the sort of bedside crib that we purchased for baby, and the one that we decided to go for is the Snooze Pod 3, I believe it's called. This is like the newest version of the Snooze Pod. And I purchased it again on a Black Friday deal, but I think I only got like £30–40 off of it. It wasn't like a massive saving, but I did get a small saving on that by waiting. So I was glad I did that. And I actually purchased it from the Natural Baby Shower company. That's the sort of website that I got the car seat from, the Snooze Pod from, and I think I bought some of the swaddle blankets and everything like that. That was in my previous video as well from there. So that's a nice site to look for, because they ship to Europe as well as the UK and that sort of thing. So do check that one out, because it is sort of a good place to purchase from. So yes, we purchased the Snooze Pod 3. We purchased this particular one because I'd heard really, really good things about it. Obviously I can't tell you my personal opinion on it as of yet, because we haven't used it, but I've heard really good things. I'm reading lots and lots of reviews, and I like the fact that it can rock. So at the moment we have it so that it can rock, so when baby comes, if he's having a little bit of a problem sleeping, we can just try and rock him to sleep. And also if you need to, if your baby suffers from like a lot of reflux or anything like that, you have a different leg that you can attach underneath, which lifts his head, I believe. One side gets lifted, and I believe that's his head side. Obviously you have to read that before using it. And then yeah, that helps with reflux. And the only thing I didn't like about it was that once you put that on, obviously it won't rock anymore. So you kind of have to either have one or the other, either rocks or you have the reflux incline. But I did like the fact that it had options there, and it wasn't like overly expensive. I think they're £200, not in the sale. And I know that you get like Moses baskets for just like £100 and that sort of thing. But the reason I wanted to spend that extra money was because I'd heard really good things about this particular Snooze Pod. It has a side that zips down for easy access. It attaches to your bed, and I just thought that would just be so much more handy for me. And yeah, that's the reasons I purchased it. I actually wanted a grey one. It wasn't in stock, so I got a white one. So, you know, you can't always have what you want. But yeah, that was pretty much all the big buys that we have done. Let me know below if you think we're missing anything, or if you recommend any particular products for baby when he comes. And I'll obviously be doing things like a video on updates on how I feel about all these products, because at the moment I haven't been using them, so I will be doing that as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe, and I will